In the 69th verse of Vivekachudamani, Shankaracharya says, Mokshasya hetuhu prathamo nigadyate vairagyam atyantam anitya vastushu tatah shamaschaapi damah titiksha nyasah prasakta akhila karmanam brisham. What is the first step to liberation? Is atyantam vairagyam. Anitya vastushu atyantam vairagyam. Extreme dispassion towards atyantam vairagyam, extreme dispassion towards anitya vastu, towards perishable things, towards unreal things, and then control of inner organs and control of external organs, and giving up all kinds of selfish works, all kinds of works which are done with a selfish motive. Then Shankaracharya says, Tatah Shrutihi Tan Mananam Sattattva Dhyanam Chiram Nitya Nirantaram Munehe Tatah Avikalpam Parametya Vidwan Ihaiva Nirvana Sukham Samrichati. Tatah, after that, Shrutihi, hearing of what? Hearing of the teaching or the ultimate truth from the lips or from the mouth of the Guru. You can all come forward, there is space here. Hearing about the ultimate truth from the lips of Guru, teacher. Shruti. The Shruti means that which is heard. Shravana means hearing. Shruti means that which is heard. And Vedas, they have been transmitted by word of mouth, by Shruti Parampara, the tradition of oral tradition. And therefore, they are called Shruti. They are called Shruti. So the Shruti, first you have to listen to what the teacher has to say. And then that student has to mananam, tan mananam. Tatah Shrutihi tat mananam. What one has listened to has to be contemplated upon. The student has to think on, contemplate on what has been told by the teacher. So the teacher says, Tattvamasi, you are that. You are that. The teacher says, you are that. Means you are the ultimate principle. अब लोग थोड़ा इधर आ जाइए ना, तो सुविधा नहीं ना, आपको नहीं कह रहा हूँ, एक्चुअली यहाँ पे पुरुष के लिए ना, आप थोड़ा इस तरफ आ जाइए, एक साथ आ जाइए, तो वो कोई पीछे आके बैठ सकता है. So Tattvamasi means you are the ultimate reality. And then the student starts thinking about what is Tat and analyzes on the word Tat. What is Tat? And then also thinks about the word Tvam, that is you, and analyzes what is the true meaning of you. Does you signify the body or mind or what? And then by constantly analyzing from both the sides, the teacher has told Tattvamasi, and the student comes to realize that Aham Brahmasmi, that I am Brahman, I am the ultimate reality. Shrutihi, so first Tattvamasi is told by the teacher, Guru, and then contemplating on that, a person understands that Aham Brahmasmi. Then Satattva Dhyanam. First there is contemplation, then there is meditation. Satattva, on the truth of one's own reality, and also on the truth of what has been told by the teacher. So this dhyanam has to be done. It has to be constantly thought of. What kind of dhyanam has to be done? Chiram, which is constant. Nitya Nirantaram. Nirantaram. Nirantaram means continuous. That means which does not have any antara or any break. Which does not have any break. That kind of constant, unbroken meditation has to be done by Munehe. Munehe, on the truth, it has to be done. What is the meaning of the word Muni? Muni is a person who does manana, who thinks, who reflects. That person is called Muni. So a person who is a spiritual aspirant, who reflects on the higher truth, has to constantly think on the teaching which one has received from the Guru, and also meditate on it constantly without giving any gap. By doing that, what will happen? Tatah, after that, avikalpam parametya vidwan. The vidwan or the seeker here, the spiritual aspirant, parametya, avikalpam parametya, attains the supreme state of nirvikalpa samadhi. Avikalpam, there is no form, no name, no differentiation, there is no mind. So that person goes beyond name and form and attains the ultimate reality. So avikalpam parametya vidwan, the vidwan attains to the undifferentiated state where mind is also not there. Mind is also dissolved. And then ihaiva nirvana sukham samrichati. In this very life gets the sukham or the bliss of nirvana. Nirvana means where the person understands that the person is not the mind or body, but the person is Satchit Ananda. Existence and consciousness and bliss absolute. Satchit Ananda. That when a person understands, when the person becomes one with the pure consciousness, nirvana, means there is no air, so to say there. There is nothing. That person is completely blown out. That is called nirvana. So nirvana means there is no differentiation. There is no body-mind idea. That kind of state this person attains. Samrichati ihaiva. That person attains in this very life. Not after passing away, after dying, goes to some other world and from there slowly attains mukti. But even when that person is alive in this body, when this person is very much present in the body, attains mukti. That state is called Jivan Mukta. A person who knows what is truth and what is untruth. A person who is established in the ultimate reality of one's personality. That person is called Jivan Mukta. That means the person is free even when alive. Even when in the body, that person becomes free. So that kind of state is attained. So some people say that, oh, before I die, you please come and give me some darshan so that I should not get any other birth. Even very few people say that. But that is also a kind of inferior desire. Why? Because if you want to desire that even when you are living, you should get the knowledge of the ultimate reality. Even when you are living, you live with the knowledge of the ultimate reality. So no suffering can touch you. That would be a wonderful life. So that kind of life who can have? One who listens to the scriptures from the mouth of the teacher and also thinks on it, contemplates on it, and also meditates on it. So the person has to give so many years or maybe so many lifetimes, so many births to this, and then in one life that person will attain the ultimate truth. Yad bodhavyam tavedanim atma anatma vivechanam taduchyate maya samyak shrutva atmani avadharaya. The teacher now says that atma anatma vivechanam, the discrimination or the knowledge between what is your true personality, atma, and what is anatma, what is not your true personality, or what will take you to God and what will take you away from God. This vivechanam, this viveka, discernment, this discrimination, yad bodhavyam, that which you should know, that which you are supposed to know, because unless you know what will take you to God and what will take you away from God, how can we practice spiritual life? How can we practice spiritual life? So we cannot practice, because spiritual life does not mean simply sitting in meditation or doing worship, etc. It means changing your perspective. So if you are constantly doing the same mistakes, if you are constantly doing the same action and just meditating and worshipping, that will not produce any result in spiritual life. That will not take you anywhere closer to God. Because first you have to understand that this world is unreal. First you have to understand that God alone is real. So that yad bodhavyam, that which you are supposed to know, that you should know, that thing I am going to tell you. The Guru says to the disciple, I am going to tad uchyate maya, that I am going to tell you, and samyak shrutva atmani avadharya. I am going to tell you that samyak uchyate, I am going to tell it properly. I am going to tell you completely about what is atma and what is anatma. I am going to tell you. And now, after hearing this, shrutva atmani avadharaya, listen to it properly. And atmani, here atmani means in mind, avadharaya, and properly decide about it in your mind. Listen to it properly and decide about it in your mind. That is what is being told by the teacher to the student. Then the teacher says, Majja asti medaha palarakta charma twag ahvahehi dhatubihi ebihi anvitam पादोः उरु वक्षो भुजपृष्ठ मस्तकैः अंगैः उपांगैः उपयुक्तमेतत्. Now about the body it is being told. What is the body? Majja. It is containing bone marrow. It contains bone marrow. So in this body what is there? Majja is there. Majja means bone marrow. Inside bone there is bone marrow, which is responsible for so many things in our body. It is the storehouse of the power of blood, bone marrow. So Majja asti, then asti is bones. Then you have bones. Then you have medaha, fat. Then you have pala, flesh. Then rakta, blood. Then charma, skin. And twag, there is a layer which is called cuticle in skin. It's called twag. And this is ahvaihi dhatubihi, and consisting of ebihi anvitam. Consisting of these things, body is there. So body is composed of these 7 instruments, 7 ingredients. 7 ingredients. And then what is it contain? It has got angaihi upangaihi. It has got angaihi, limbs and their parts. What are the limbs and parts? Padoho, legs, 2 legs. Uru, thighs. Vaksho, the chest. Bhuja, arms. Prishtha, the back. Mastakaihi, the head. So our body is consisting of what? Our body from the outside consists of these things: legs, thighs, chest, arms, back and the head. And inside it consists of bone marrow, it consists of bone, it consists of skin, it consists of cuticle, and it consists of fat and flesh. So the idea is, whatever we see outside actually consists of only these things. But what do we see? We don't see the bone marrow, etc. We see a beautiful person whose photo has to be immediately caught and put it on social networking websites like Facebook, etc. Immediately you have to put, because the world is waiting to see your photo. And unless the world sees your photo, nobody will get anything, happiness. So you take your photo and send it to everybody in the world. Particularly when you come to a place like Mayavati, you should immediately take photo and send it to everybody, because world is waiting when that person's photo will come, and then I can die peacefully. This is what we think about this body. Though the body may be aged, but still we think, this is what we think about this body. And so, but inside the body, what is there? What is the body which rots most, which produces first smell? Human body. In jungle, etc., or you go somewhere, a cow will die and lie down there for so many days. So some bad smell will come. And maybe a rat will die and some bad smell will come. But human body, it causes the most horrible smell ever. And suppose we eat something and it goes up to here, and the same thing if it comes out, how beautiful it is to look at. But you have not seen. So we do so much of flavor, cooking, etc. But it just goes up to here, not also deeper than that. And if it comes out, how beautiful it is. Another thing, in a jungle, if say all animals, they walk, but nothing happens. But if one person, one human being, daily suppose walks, and all the animals follow the same path, nothing happens. But if a human being just walks in one path for say 5 days or 6 days, on that path not even grass will grow. Top to bottom full of poison. Poison. Another thing is there. Suppose morning you get up and without brushing your teeth, if you just spit on some place, if cow and cat will eat that spit, it is poison. Sometimes they will die. Most of the times they will become fainted, but sometimes they may also die. So poisonous, human spit. So human being by one's constitution itself is so bad. So much of dirt and filth is there in your body. Inside also it is filth and outside also it is filth. Suppose it is little hot, and then if you don't take bath, what kind of stench will come out? And if animals don't take bath, what happens? Nothing happens. There are so many birds. Birds don't take bath like that. But when they come near us, we don't feel any smell. But if a human being does not take bath, such a bad smell, you cannot go near that person. So that is what our body, we think it is so beautiful. In another Prakarna Grantha wrote by Shankaracharya himself, Prabuddha Sudhakara, there he says that don't be so much worried or so much enamored by your body, beauty of body. He says that because of the skin is there, you are being left. If you had no skin, then all the crows would have come and pecked at you. All crows would have come and eaten you, because that is what is there inside. So as they say, beauty is skin deep, only skin deep. Because if skin is removed, then we will be very horrible to look at. So, and even otherwise we are very horrible. If a person is, if you go to any hospital near the operation theatre, after the operation is done, they clean all the cloth, etc. And that is such a horrible smell. Why? Because that cloth has been used to wipe away your blood, etc., blood of the patients. So whatever is inside us, every time when we are putting soap and perfume and talcum powder and God knows what, all those things you put to beautify your body, even when you are doing that, inside just one blade you take, and if somebody cuts, inside so much of filth is there in the body. And that is what is inside, and outside is all these angas. And what does happen with that body? Aham mama iti pratitam shariram mohaspadam sthulam itiryate budaihi nabho nabasvad dahana ambu bhumayah sukshmani bhutani bhavanti tani. This body with all that inside and all the limbs, anga, upanga outside, is aham mama iti pratitam shariram. It is mohaspadam, created by delusion. It is created by moha or ignorance. What is created? Aham mama iti pratitam shariram. The idea of aham, I, and the idea of mama, mine. So your body is the house or the abode or the center, the locus for two ideas. What are the ideas? Aham, I, and mama. I and mine. These are the two ideas. The body has got two ideas. One is I and one is mine. So my body and I. Everything is connected to this body. That is what, when a person says I, that person does not mean anything generally, but means the body. And why does it happen? Because of mohaspadam, because of ignorance, because you don't know about yourself. And sthula mitiryate budaihi. And this body is called the gross body. The body which you consider to be your body and which you connect with the idea of I is called a gross body. And this gross body has got sukshmani bhutani. It has got 5 subtle elements. Sukshmani bhutani. What are the 5 subtle elements? 5 subtle elements are sky, water, earth, and fire, and air. Sky, air, fire, water, and earth. These are the 5 subtle elements. All these things put together, our body is consisting of all these 5 elements. Sky, air, fire, water, and earth. All these elements are there inside our body. This is Sukshma. Sukshma, the subtle body, has got all these elements. Then, how is the gross body made? In the next shloka it is told, Paraspara anshaihi militani bhutva sthulani cha sthula sharira hetavah matra tariya vishaya bhavanti shabdadayah pancha sukhaya bhuktuhu. Paraspara anshaihi militani bhutva. In Vedanta, it is believed that the universe is created using a particular process which is called Panchikaranam. The mixing of 5 subtle elements. That is sky, water, air, fire, earth. These 5 elements mix. And how do they mix? 50% of sky mixes with other 12.5% of each of the other 4 elements. So suppose there is sky. In sky there will be, from sky there will be 50%, half of sky, and then 12.5% from air, 12.5% from water, 12.5% from fire, 12.5% from earth. So that will, all these things will mix together, and that will become the gross sky. gross sky. So there is subtle sky and gross sky. Then gross air, like that, gross fire, gross water, gross earth. All these things are made like that. So in gross earth, there is 12.5% of all the other four elements and 50% of earth. That is, this process is called Panchikaranam. This is how the subtle elements, which is earth, is 100% pure earth. Just like they say that with pure gold you cannot make ornaments. You have to add something to that gold so that the ornament stays in shape. Similarly, these subtle elements by themselves cannot be found in creation. So everything that we see has got a combination of all these gross elements, and that is what is told here. Parasparai anshai militani means mixing, militani bhutva, a mixture of all these five subtle elements. Sthulani cha sthula sharira hetavah, they cause or they form the gross body. And matraha tadiya vishaya bhavanti, and also their subtle essence, matra, tanmatra, the subtle essence of all these five subtle elements, panchabhuta, they become vishaya bhavanti, they become sense objects. They become sense objects. What are they? Shabdadi, Shabdadayah pancha sukhaya bhoktuhu. They become the objects of five sense organs. What are the five sense organs? What are the five sense organs? No, sense organs. So they are the five sense organs. Now every sense organ is connected with a sense object. So eye is connected with form. Ears are connected with sound. Then skin is connected with touch. And tongue is connected with taste, etc. Now all these five elements are connected to one of our five sense organs. Like first is fire. No? So fire is connected to eyes, form, rupa. Form, fire signifies form and it's connected with our eyes. So it forms part of the sense enjoyment, bhoktu, bhoga of the eyes. Then ether or sky. Sky is connected with sound, and it is connected with our sense organ of ears. And then you have water. Water is connected with taste. And taste is connected with our sense organ of tongue. And air is connected with touch. Touch is connected with the sense organ of skin. And then you have smell, that is connected with earth. Earth is connected with smell, and smell is connected with nose. So this is how all the five elements are connected with five sense organs, and all these five sense organs are doing what? They are producing different kinds of sense experiences which are constantly confusing you, which are making you go away and away from your true personality. Because we hear something, then we see something, then we touch something, taste something, smell something. All these kinds of sense enjoyments are taking us away from our true reality, and we are constantly getting immersed in the world of ignorance. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.